So I've been teaching a group of elementary school third grade students how to write essays, or I've been attempting to teach them how to write essays for the International English Writing Competition. It's an English writing competition, obviously, put on by a newspaper, a couple of chaebols, which are large multinational corporations that are into quite a number of different things, sort of like General Electric, GE, back in the U.S. So it's put on by LG Corporation, which sells everything from toothpaste to cars. Anyway, so there's this big English writing competition, and the students are trying to prepare themselves to do well in the competition, obviously. So I'm teaching third grade elementary school students how to write a 5-paragraph essay within a 1-hour time frame, in addition to writing descriptive paragraphs, unscrambling sentences, making sentences of their own, that type of thing. Today was the last meeting of the class. I've had them for 6 weeks, so this is the 6th time meeting the students. I had them an hour and a half each day, and today on my final class day, one of the mothers gave me this. Orga, Whole Foods. I love organic foods. It's a giant box of tangerines. Now, when the mother gave it to me, so she gave me this hefty box of tangerines, organically grown tangerines, and she's giving it to me as a gift, and even as she's giving it to me as a gift, she's apologizing for the fact that the tangerines don't look pretty. So these are the tangerines that are in the box. These are organically grown tangerines, and they are, well, they look kind of dirty and scabby, and they've got like marks in them and stuff because they're organically grown. They're not freaking treated with pesticides and chemicals and all that kind of stuff. Now, she had told me when she gave them to me, she apologized for their appearance. She said, I wanted you to have these, and this is a gift, and thank you for teaching our children. Thank you for teaching my children. Well, that got all out of focus, so hopefully it'll come back into focus. It's not, so I guess I better go and change that so it goes to face tracking. We'll say follow me. Okay. So does that work any better? Testing, 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Okay, so she gave me these. She apologized for their appearance. Now, it's, I don't know, a dozen, 2 dozen. I didn't even count 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay, so it's 18 tangerines that I was given as a gift. Come on, there we go. Okay, 18 tangerines I was given as a gift. She's apologizing for how bad they look, but she explains to me that they think the worse they look, the better they taste, which she doesn't really believe. That's a platitude she's giving me to try to I don't know, make me feel better about it. Now, I never look a gift horse in the mouth. If somebody gives me a gift, I don't care what the gift is. I appreciate at least the thought of the gift, as long as there is some thought in the gift. And if not the thought of the gift itself, then the thought behind wanting to give me a gift. So I would have been pleased even if she hadn't said something about the ugly tangerines. But she was so apologetic about the tangerines being ugly that I felt bad for her. I of course I thanked her profusely. But I thought that she needn't have worried herself about the ugly appearance of the tangerines. Later, her son, who is in the class, which is he's the reason why I was given the gift, he also came up and apologized to me for the ugliness of the tangerines. And it's just, if I were teaching in America, parents wouldn't give me anything. I probably would not receive any sort of a gift. And I certainly wouldn't get an apology for a fairly expensive gift not appearing to be beautiful. And so it's very touching, it's very sweet, it makes me happy to be a teacher, makes me happy to be a teacher here. And so perhaps the most beautiful thing today are these ugly tangerines. Now, I've got the bright idea, just in that moment showing the one tangerine, I got the bright idea to see if I could juggle the tangerines in front of you, except you can't see them going off screen. So I have to juggle them very low, and then they land on the computer keyboard, and that doesn't quite work. I can juggle. You may have seen me juggle. Anyway, so those go back into the container. So I'm going to test the hypothesis that this is the ugliest. It's the color is sort of whited out, washed out on my computer, but it's like colored like a pumpkin right here, but here it's faded out to white in sort of a greenish tint, and it looks pretty dirty and bug bitten. But we're now going to test and see if it is indeed the most delicious. And I think, in order to do this, I'm also going to grab my knife. So, I have the headset on so I can keep talking even though I'm away from the computer screen. And I think, yes, you can see my laundry container behind where I was sitting. Coming back to the computer screen, yes, I'm wearing my pajama bottoms. And yes, that's mostly empty t-shirt. That's not belly, that's t-shirt. Pocket knife. So this is, I buy my father a pocket knife every Christmas. Actually, I buy him 2 pocket knives every Christmas because he keeps breaking them. This past Christmas, he told me that he had only broken one of his pocket knives, and so I got him a replacement for that broken pocket knife. It was his dress pocket knife. But he didn't need 3 pocket knives. I figured 2 a year is enough. And I had already purchased this one, and I thought it was really cool. And frankly, I thought it would be a waste on him. I don't think he would appreciate it. So here's my pocket knife. Pretty cool, huh? It's got a little thing here to open it up. And so you just hold it and flip it right open, and it clicks. I don't know if you can hear the click. I'm going to put this up close so you can hear the click. And so that's the click of it opening. And no, I didn't get myself in the eye for that. So anyway, so here's my pocket knife. Click. And I'm just going to use it to tink. Clean that off. Actually, clean it off. So we're going to peel this and see if it is indeed. Now, look how easily that opened. I'm not sure if the video shows it, but this. Okay, so we're going to try to peel this in one huge unbroken piece. I'm not going to peel off a piece and then off another piece and then off another piece. So I'm going to try to turn it back, fold it back little by little, like a bloomin' onion. So can you see how pretty that is? That is very pretty. So we peel that back. See, we're getting. I'm particular about the little white strings of stuff. I want to peel all of that stuff off. So it's opening up. This is Korean-grown, organically grown tangerines. And here we go. Oh, it does look very good. Okay. So here we. Okay, I'm trying to. Now you see. In the center there, it's got this huge open spot in the middle there. I don't know if that means it's any good or if it's any better or any worse. Okay, so there's the tangerine, and it's still got some of that, white stuff, that white stuff on it. I don't like to eat that white stuff. I know it's perfectly edible and it's probably got fiber and nutrients and I don't know, organic chemicals that would cause me to, become taller and stronger and wider. I don't know. Wider, definitely. So, anyway. So I would divide it up into tiny little wedges. And I get all the white off. So, here's a delicious wedge of a tangerine. And we're going to taste it now. Glistening with joy. Am I chewing it loud enough for you to hear? I think I am. It's not the best tangerine I've ever had in my life, but it's certainly quite tasty. It's sweet and juicy and delicious. So, I have 17 more of those. Not that I'm going to eat them all at one time. But the most beautiful thing today was I was given a gift of tangerines by one of the mothers of one of my students, just as a thank you for teaching her son. And that kind of kindness, that type of kindness is one of the reasons I'm happy to be a teacher and happy to be a teacher here. Now I'm going to try to put the tangerine back together without it actually having tangerine in the middle. Look how convincing that is. It appears to be a tangerine, and oh, it's not! I'm so clever. Wow. Okay. So that's a video, and I think I'm going to post it, and it's kind of silly and strange. I have to admit that this video is doing double duty. I'm going to post it on the blog for you, Cheyenne, but I'm actually going to send a link to my friend who I will refer to as Becate, so she's going to see the same video. So I love you, Cheyenne. Have a wonderful day. I'm thinking of you. And Becate, I'm thinking of you too. Bye-bye. I'm going to eat the rest of that delicious tangerine.